You're listening to Twin State News, the show that shines a light on the good happening right here along the West Virginia state line. Here is your host, Joey Jarvis.
Well, the mission was founded in 1931 in the depths of the Great Depression because churches, civic clubs, businessmen, and individuals came together in union to form the Union Mission. And that's where that word comes from.
And welcome into this first edition of Twin State News. I'm Joey Jarvis, and as you heard there in that tease, that's the director of the Bluefield Union Mission, Craig Hammond, who's been the director for several years. And the mission itself getting ready to celebrate its 95th anniversary of helping people in the two Virginias. And I went on a Saturday, just a typical Saturday, to try to see how the mission works, how they help out people, and actually speak to a group of volunteers from a church we'll be talking about later on. And I had a chance to meet with some incredible volunteers from Father's Hope International Church in Brush Fork, West Virginia, and get their testimony and see why they helped decide to volunteer at the Bluefield Union Mission on a Saturday and what their goal is. And here's a better explanation about the history of the Bluefield Union Mission from the director himself, Mr. Craig Hammond, on how it came to be.
These are the 12 churches that formed the Union. Some of these are the original sanctuaries. These are the 12 churches that formed the Union. Today, there's 176 houses of worship that make up the Union. Of course, we don't have enough space on the walls to put but these are the original 12, and that's First Baptist, which used to be downtown across from the police station.
Oh, then it moved.
Yeah, then it moved to Augusta Street.
Right.
And below that is First Christian, which used to be on the north side. Then they moved downtown, and their church is still there across from the Federal Building. And the next one, second row top, is College Avenue Baptist.
Beautiful.
And below that is Christ Episcopal, where we had the and the pancake Shrove Tuesday.
Yeah.
Then on the third row is Bland Street United Methodist, the best sound in town. That slate floor, you can hear people talking at the altar way in the back.
They knew how to do it.
Yeah. There's First Presbyterian.
Beautiful.
That is.
It's one of the oldest churches, right?
Yeah, it's one of the oldest. It's way over 120 some years old. On top, fourth row is Sacred Heart. And those are not concrete pillars. Those are granite shipped in from Rome. Wow. Yeah, they're beautiful. This is Grace United Methodist. It's right above Captain D's. Now it's another church, but at the time it was Grace United. And above fifth row is Calvary Baptist. It's behind Wade Center on Highland. And then below that, now that's another church too. And that's the original sanctuary, but they redid it twice. Now, below them is Trinity United Methodist. They haven't touched it, but they keep it perfect for 100 years. And they're stained glass, over here. And at 11 o'clock when worship begins, the colors, it's like, yeah.
And then this one here?
Let's see, top, that's the oldest church in Bluefield. That's Emmanuel Lutheran.
Okay.
And that pipe organ blow you out of there. But it was built they started building before Bluefield was even chartered, when it was called like Higginbotham Summit. The railroad had come in, and most of the railroad executives were Lutheran from Philadelphia.
Really?
And
German descent?
It could be, but they were Lutheran.
But still.
Yeah, and so that's why the first church was a Lutheran. And that's why our streets on the West End are named after trees, because those railroad executives were from Philadelphia. And if you ever go to Philadelphia, you'll see spruce, elm, magnolia, balsam. Yeah.
That's a good thing to know. And every day of the week, the Bluefield Union Mission serves a meal to the public at 1 p.m. And occasionally they'll have a dinner later on. But on this Saturday, the volunteers came from Father's House International Church in Brush Fork, West Virginia. You can learn more about their church at fathershouse.online. And I had a chance to speak with them and get their testimony and just see why they're doing what they are doing on this particular Saturday.
So what brought y'all out here today? Was it just a schedule, or did
we've been scheduling different communities, working with different outreach communities, and
just to get out and kind of help spread faith, but help people in need at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you mind me asking what your name is?
Sadie.
Sadie, how do you like putting Oreos in a bag and not wanting to eat one? How hard is that?
Easy.
It's not hard?
No, because I don't like Oreos that much.
Okay. But if it was a different kind of cookie, it might be a different story, huh?
Yes.
Sadie,
Maybe there's a cup of milk.
how do you like helping out people?
Good.
What makes you want to do it?
Because he does it.
But it feels good after you do it too,
Yeah.
doesn't it? And if you don't mind me asking a personal question, how is your relationship with Jesus and God?
Very good.
Awesome. That's good to hear. Because you don't hear this much this day. Sadie, thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And thanks for helping out. And ladies, if you don't mind me asking, I'm not videoing, I'm recording, so don't irritate. My name's Joey, by the way. What's your name?
Brandy.
Martha.
And Brandy and Martha, what brings you to help out today? What did you kind of feel an urge? Is this just a thing you want to do as often as you can? How's it work with you?
Yeah, just want to give back to the community as much as we can.
And back to you, Martha.
Same thing. And we just like doing outreaches and helping others and spreading the gospel.
Well, I mean, that's something we're lacking in this world today. And, ma'am, please, you're the one with all the answers, first of all. I'm Joey. What's your name?
Jackie.
Jackie, it's a pleasure to meet you. God bless you for doing this today. But, Jackie, how long have you been a member of this church?
Almost 12 years.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Now, what's your story? Why are you here?
Well, for one, I love our church. It's like one big family. And everybody is truly sincere. But I like doing the outreach to the community also and sharing the love of the Lord with them. And just when you give, it blesses you more than it blesses them.
It's not just at Christmas time or holidays, is it?
No, it's not. It should be all the time.
It should be 365, 24/7.
Yes, yes.
Hey, how can people find out more about your church? Maybe they're interested in attending.
Well, we're located where the old Roses building was, behind CVS down in Brushford. Mm-hmm. When you come into the parking lot from CVS, you look straight ahead and it says Father's House across the top.
I know exactly
and
what you're talking about.
Everybody is welcome.
I was getting ready to answer that same question. You've already answered.
Everybody is welcome.
You're reading my brain right now. We're on a good wave signal here.
And you come as you are. You don't have to dress fancy if you blue jeans and a T-shirt. Shorts when the weather permits.
It's the house of the Lord.
It's a house of the Lord, and there's no judgment over there.
All I can say is thank you, and God bless you. And I'm going to get my hands dirty, but I'll have gloves on here shortly. I'm going to help out too, okay? God bless you all.
God bless you all for what you do.
And I met a fascinating individual from Father's House International Church. Her name is Nina, and she's telling me about a missions trip she took recently to Cambodia.
Hold on, you took a trip to where?
Cambodia.
What was that about?
I worked with Bibles for the World, and they print off lots of Bibles and Gospels of John.
They do it in different languages?
Yeah, well, they do it in the language where they're going. And then they were with Franklin Graham, was having a big crusade, called festival. And so we printed they had the Gospels of John, and we passed them out. Afterwards, when people were leaving, we passed the Gospels of John out. And then they had also printed Bibles for the people that made decisions.
Decided to give their heart to the Lord.
To the Lord. And then they got a Bible. And then we sent a whole bunch of Gospels of John back with some of the pastors that brought people to the whole festival. We sent lots of the Gospels of John to them.
Did you feel the Spirit moving when you were there?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see God working?
Yeah, it was exciting. It's exciting.
Now, what about the experience as a whole? Cambodia being a different country and being totally different than here. What was it like being over there?
The people were so sweet. We just really enjoyed their presence, even though we didn't talk their language. I did learn to say akan, which is thank you. And their language. Akan.
And that
means thank you. And you hold your hands together at your face and you bow just a little bit. And they were saying that all the time, and we said it all the time to them too.
That's amazing. Thank you for that testimony and that story. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And besides groups that'll come in and help serve meals on weekends, there's individuals from our community that help out as often as they can. They volunteer several days a week. And one of them is the administrative assistant to the city manager of Bluefield, Miss Felicia Holcomb. And I had a chance to talk to her about what she does and why she's there and how she helps out, particularly with the yard sales on Saturdays they have from 9 to 12 that they have at the mission, right there on the back of the mission. You go in the back and you can get the items for as cheap as $2, and all the money raised goes straight to the mission. They also take donations every single day so they can have these yard sales.
So what's this do for you when you come down here and help out and volunteer? What's it do for your heart?
I love it. I absolutely love it. It just makes me feel so good for the community. I mean, I work for the city and I volunteer for the city. I mean, that just goes to show how much I'm devoted to Bluefield.
Well, but don't you feel like when you give, you receive?
Yes, God has blessed me so much. And then Craig Hammond, I could ask him for anything, and he's always right there. Everybody needs a Craig Hammond in their life.
It's hard.
Everybody.
I don't think we'll ever be able to replace
Never,
him.
never.
If they're lucky enough to meet him or know somebody like him, it changes your life.
Yeah, and as busy as they are, even with like our landmark, like they don't even own that building, but they hate to see it just sitting there. So him and Sis decorate the landmark. Now they started doing the windows.
Now I know why the landmark got brought up, but he didn't let anybody know who decorated it.
Yeah, she wants to be anonymous.
Oh, it's anonymous.
Well, no, not now. It's out there.
Yeah, but they both like talk about having time. I don't know how they have time for anything.
Now, last question so you can get back to that 7-Up cake. Tell me, if people want to get involved, what's the reason? What do you think they should get involved? Why should they volunteer?
To give to the community. I mean, people, we need it. We need it. It's like, and why not? I mean, why not feel good about yourself? I've been doing it for 7-8 years now. I don't plan on going anywhere. This is my place. It's more therapy for me because it makes me feel good. And get involved, you just got to call, come upstairs, talk to Craig, Linda, Sarah. They'll hook you up with volunteering. I mean, we help out with the turkey dinners on the holidays, Christmas dinners. There's always free jackets, free blankets. Clothing is downstairs. Whatever you need, we have it.
There you go. From the horse's mouth. He's getting ready to eat a delicious looking cake that I think I'm going to have a piece of. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And before I left, I had a chance to talk with Craig Hammond again on such a busy Saturday. But one thing in particular about the Bluefield Union Mission, any food donations they get don't go to waste. And here's Craig explaining how they make use of every single bit of food that you donate to the mission.
We were talking before. We always talk to each other every day.
Yeah.
But one of the goals here at the mission is to not let anything go wasted. How does that work in here at the mission?
It works perfect. We were inspired by the University of Maryland students. They come down here during the spring. Rather than go to spring break and party, they come to the mission and give of themselves, which is the highest form of worship when you think of it. And they inspired us to go to zero waste because they were one of the first universities in the country to go zero waste.
As far as food's concerned?
Yeah.
What's that entail? How does it work?
Well, it just makes sure you don't. There's the old rule of thumb for people who are just residential. Only buy what you need and only eat what you buy, and you'll never have waste.
Huh.
And so they showed us how, because we do get a lot of food in, and we just dish it out, give big helpings, second helpings, and then if something were for some reason not to be, if we think it shouldn't be served because of maybe it's been too long, expiration or whatever, right. Especially bread, we give it to the crows outside.
They got names.
Yeah, Heckle and Jekyll. And
they wait on you, don't they?
And then if something's not crow-worthy, it'll go to the hog farm. But nothing is thrown away. So now there's occasions where you have to.
But it's cyclical. It's cyclical. It's a lot of times from beginning back to the beginning. So like the hog farm, you said, look what that's going to do when you feed the hog.
Feed the hog feeds us. And the crows, they're
cool.
Yeah. They're just cool.
But it's a good way of spreading God's word. That
And sharing it with his whole creation.
And, donations for the Bluefield Union Mission don't just come from individuals and churches in our community, but also local restaurants and food stores will donate food. And here's Craig talking about a record amount of food that did not go to waste in 2025, donated to the Bluefield Union Mission.
We go to area restaurants, food service establishments, and last year we rescued 100,000 pounds of food.
From this area?
Yeah, just from this area. That's food that was prepared but never served, and we keep it in containers that we get the temperature, and we keep it at the temperature we pick it up at, and then we bring it back here, and then we serve it. And it could have had its way to the landfill, but instead we diverted it here to hungry people.
There you go. No food waste.
Yeah.
And there you have it. Nothing goes to waste, and it all goes to help out our neighbors in the surrounding area at the Bluefield Union Mission. I want to thank, first and foremost, my good friend and my co-host on our daily talk show, Mr. Craig Hammond, director of the Bluefield Union Mission. Also, all the employees and volunteers that work there diligently every single day. And also, thank you for the volunteers on this Saturday from Father's House International Church. Learn more about them at fathershouse.online. And of course, if you would like to help the Bluefield Union Mission, you can do so by physically going to their location on Bluefield Avenue in Bluefield, West Virginia, or learn more at bluefieldunionmission.org. Please let me know if you have any story ideas you'd like to share. You can email me at quinstatenews@gmail.com or check out our website, quinstatenews.com. And as I always say, my friends and neighbors, please, until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Please practice that universal truth of peace. We'll see you next time on the next edition of Quinn State News. God bless you.